Arabic actually a language? That might seem like a pretty silly question, but according to the international standard, it isn't. Arabic is 28 languages. What does that mean? Well, when researchers were first trying to document all the different languages of the world, they came to the conclusion that Arabic is a language. Like, yeah, there's different varieties of Arabic, but those are just different dialects under one language, right? Well, over the decades, linguists began calling into question that assumption. Typically, when we're talking about a single language, we're talking about mutual intelligibility, which is when two different speakers from different dialects can still understand each other just fine. But Arabic forms something known as a dialect continuum, which is when a language has multiple different varieties spoken over a geographical region. And even though speakers can probably understand nearby varieties, they really struggle with the far away varieties. For example, a Syrian can probably understand an Egyptian, who can probably understand a Tunisian, who can probably understand a Moroccan. But a Syrian probably can't understand a Moroccan directly. So wait, are they all speaking the same language? Well, that doesn't feel right, since that would mean two fluent speakers of the same language can't even understand each other. So maybe they're all speaking different languages, but that doesn't feel right either, since people can understand their neighbors just fine. So we probably have to divide the continuum somewhere. But where do we draw the dividing line? There isn't a perfect solution to this problem, and as such, there's no official difference between a language and a dialect. So how to treat Arabic depends totally on who you ask. According to the international standard, Arabic isn't even a language, but a macro language, under which are 28 different languages. But isn't that number kind of arbitrary? Yeah, in fact, that number is only a few years old. It used to be 30. In 2007, the ISO determined that there were 30 different languages under the macro language of Arabic, but it took them 13 years to figure out that one of the languages they included didn't actually exist and was added by accident. But even after that, the official list considered North and South Levantine Arabic as different languages. Now, if you speak Levantine Arabic, that probably surprises you. Like, yeah, there's differences between the North and the South, but they're nowhere near big enough to be considered different languages, right? Well, linguists agreed, and they petitioned the ISO to merge these two categories into a single language, which the ISO did in 2023. But technically, that means that Arabs in Syria and Jordan were officially speaking different languages as recently as just a few years ago. All this to say that the official classifications of languages are silly and really shouldn't concern us. Like, yes, they're useful in administration and technology and academia, but in our day-to-day life, they don't define the way we use language. That being said, if you're interested in learning Levantine Arabic, both North and South, well, I'm partnered with a company that specializes in teaching it, so check the link in my bio.